Honest, I didn't know he was right here, right under my feet. Hello. I'm running a little late tonight, so I'm just waiting on a couple more people to jump in. And then I'm gonna get started. Hey, Precious. How y'all doing on this good Wednesday evening? Y'all doing all right? Me too. I'm pretty tired. I can't lie. I bet it is. Hey, Nadia. Hey. All right, y'all. So, thank you. So, I guess there's enough of y'all in here now. So, I'm going to go ahead and begin. um, so, yeah, let's start. So, the first quarter moon is the moon phase that we're currently in. We're going to have our full moon. I believe it's on the 2nd of September. And right now we're in first quarter moon Sagittarius. It's going to be feelings of just a need to take action, maybe even impulsive action, but just you feel like you need to move right away. And also taking a review of how your actions are affecting the people around you. Also, you know, the new moon is the time where we plant our seeds. And so as we go into the first quarter moon, it's like those first signs of obstacles, of angst start to pop up to make sure that we're rooted in our intentions and we're actually committed to doing the work to make these seeds grow. So you're going to be feeling a lot of that energy through the full moon, where of course we can release all of that. Yes, the second, I wrote it down, that is when the full moon is. The sun is in Virgo as well as Mercury. Virgo is all about very angelic energy, kind of like God is in the details type thing, where we're going to be paying closer attention to the words in between the lines. We're going to be paying closer attention to the images that are being placed in front of us, and just closer attention to everything. We're going to have a sort of heightened awareness with these energies being in Virgo. There's also a tendency for analyzation and practicalization. So you want to make sure that you're not analyzing and practicalizing things so much that you're cutting off your own vision and keeping yourself stuck, excuse me. And also just getting ready to shed the things that don't make sense within your details, the things that are no longer in alignment with your intention in your details. And yeah, gearing up to shed for the full moon. Mercury being in Virgo, it's really going to represent smooth, direct, down to earth conversation and communication. So you may feel like you need to say things exactly as they are, assert yourself as things are, no holds barred, very blunt, very cynical, may even come off as kind of dark to some people, but you know, we have to be honest in this time with Mercury being in Virgo. So when we are in communication, it's going to come off very direct. yeah, that's pretty much that with Mercury in Virgo. Venus in Cancer right now. I talked about this last week because Venus has been in Cancer for a little while now. But basically, with Venus being in Cancer, we all want to get our house in order. Everything is about domestic harmony and making sure that your home is feeling safe, making sure your home is feeling stable, making sure that you feel secure within your home, within your relationships, whether it be your friendships, um, your partner, your spouse, your familiar relationships. You want to be feeling close to the people that you feel like love you or that you have developed um, close connections with. So, with this energy coming in, that's going to be really pulling at your heartstrings as far as Venus being in Cancer. Also, this energy is very possessive. So, we want to hold on to our lovers, we want to hold on to our things. We don't want to really let them go, and we don't want to change the way that we see things. We don't want to let go of our perception of things because we have these certain possessions sometimes based on perception. So you want to make sure that you're not getting caught up in the cycle of that. Am I making sense to y'all? Nadia said, "Oh shit, you right." Okay. Precious, my whole life already. Okay. All right. So y'all are feeling me. Okay. So yeah, Venus is in Cancer, Mars is still in Aries. That's gonna back up that Sagittarius moon energy where it's like take action. Mars in Aries is perfect placement. It's right at home. That is the ruler of Aries. So it's like, let's take action. Let's get it done. Mars is a planet of defense. That's how we're going to deal with challenging situations. That's how we're going to deal with our anger and display our ability to work through our pain. And so with Mars being in Aries, it's like get in front of your pain, take action of your life, lay out your intentions clearly, and stop just letting life happen to you. So you're going to be feeling this energy. And then with Capricorn, with Saturn and Jupiter being in Capricorn, that's like just a double energy of like Saturn and Capricorn coming in and saying, look, I'm not playing with you. What have you done in this time? You need to take a review. You've been here 20 plus years at this point. What have you accomplished? What have you left behind? What do you have to say for yourself? And it's hard. It's hard to face those questions and those things, but you're going to be feeling the push to do it. And the more that you resist against it, the more that you're going to be depressed, the more that you're going to be stagnant, the more that you're going to be upset and angry, the more that you're going to be anxious. So just surrender. Surrender to it and get your ass together. Do what you need to do. And then with Jupiter being in Capricorn, that's not really a favorable placement. However, with Saturn being in Capricorn, it kind of brings it into harmony. So it's like, okay, I'm going to be at home here right now simply because I have Saturn backing me up. When it comes to Saturn and Jupiter, Saturn is the planet of discipline, of will, of structure. It's like your granddaddy or your mom coming in and saying, look, stop playing. Let's get it together. Let's get it in line. What are you doing? And then Jupiter is like, baby, you can do anything you want. We going to expand. We going to grow. We going to multiply. We going to have a little fun. Prosperity is the name of the game. Expansion, evolution is the name of the game. But let's have our fun. That's what Jupiter is doing. So on one hand, these two planets don't really have the same agenda. But on the other hand, they do, because let me tell you that you can't manifest nothing. You can't tap into your prosperity. You can't tap into your ability to expand or create without discipline, without will, without work. So you have to get the two in order. And now that they're in the same sign, it's calling for order. And y'all, I know everyone's feeling it because I'm feeling it. Now, I am a Capricorn, so it's going to affect me a little bit more, but we're all feeling it. And with these other placements coming in, especially like Mars in Aries and the moon being in Sagittarius, Sun and Mercury being in Virgo, it's like, come on, let's get the details in order. Let's make the vision clear and let's get to work. Period. Said Virgo season always been my back to focus. Yep. So, that is pretty much the astrology spiel. Last thing that I wanted to talk about regarding astrology is that Uranus is still in Taurus. It has been in Taurus for a while. It is going to continue to be in Taurus for a while. And this energy is really about revealing truths in a way that's not necessarily, that's not necessarily easy. Okay? It's all about breaking shit down so that you can see things for what they really are. And sometimes that's painful because it feels like death. It feels like the rug is just being completely snatched from under your foot and you don't have any room to go, anywhere to grow. But at the end of the day, you're being knocked on your ass because you've been resistant to certain truths. You've been in certain states of denial about certain people, places, things, relationships. And you need to face the reality of it. So things are going to blow up so that you can see it. And that's exactly what's happening in society right now. Whether it's happening to you personally or not, societal, like in America, that is exactly what's happening. It's being revealed that our government really doesn't give a fuck about us, one way or the other. It's being revealed that the media sensationalizes everything to get us to consume, to get us to react. It's being revealed that there's so many people out here spreading false hope, false knowledge, false information. It's being revealed that people are out here promoting lifestyles that they're not really living, and people are aspiring to these things depressed because they can't live up to it, not understanding that this is just a glimpse of someone else's reality that they chose to let you see. And it's not even real. It's just a glimpse. All of these things are being blown up in our faces, but instead of us submitting to that and realizing things for what they are, we want to go back and forth and debate with each other on social media. We want to consume. We want to be entertained. We want to be petty. We want to be ratchet. And I have my moments as well, but I'm just telling y'all, like, you got to see things for what they are and tap into what you need to tap into so that you're not stuck in the cycle of societal collective energy and bullshit. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Hello to everyone that's hopping in, just joining. Thank you for joining me. But are y'all following me? So Uranus and Taurus is coming in to shake shit up, to make you see things. It really reminds me of the Tower card in tarot. And the Tower card is all about rebirth, but it's not pretty rebirth where it's like, I'm the caterpillar, I'm going into my cocoon, and then I bust out as the butterfly. It's not that. It's like, I'm gonna break you all the way down. I'm gonna show you exactly what's going on around you. I'm gonna show you exactly what you think you knew is false, just so you can build yourself back up again, just so you can tap into your abundance, just so you can tap into the parts of yourself that you have been allowing to be suppressed. So that's what that energy is coming here to do. And like I said, it's been around and it's going to stay around until late 2021. So it's not going anywhere, and it's shaking shit up. Couple other things that I wanted to talk about before we do readings. We have a lot of, with social media, it's like everybody feels like they are automatically granted access to your energy. Like, anybody can send you a message, anybody can reach out to you, anybody can say anything. And on one hand, that's a good thing because it allows us to connect. But on the other hand, even outside of social media and in real life, you can't demand access to people's energy. You just can't. If you're not willing to do the things that the other person is asking you to do to remain having access to their energy, you can't have it. And that's just that, period. Like, that's just it. You can't demand access to nobody's energy if you're not willing to do the work that they would like you to do, or come with the approach that they feel is proper. Then you can't demand access to their energy. And that's just it. Go find somebody who's happy with your approach. Go find somebody who's happy with what you're bringing. But stop trying to force yourself into people's lives who you're not willing to show up for. Like, stop doing that. What is the purpose of doing that? And I'm just saying, like, not even on the level of, oh, I'm not getting exactly what I want, so I have to shut people down, because that, you need therapy if that's what you're doing, because sometimes you are the problem. But on a level of just, you can't just roll up on me and be like, hey, I saw you on Instagram, and I know you do readings, and can you do a reading for me right now for free, like in my face? You can't just roll up on me like that. And I don't know you. I've never talked to you. You've never purchased anything from me. You can't just roll up on me and say things like that. And then, like, for example, for relationships, a lot of y'all be in these situationships. And the other person in the situationship has you meeting them whenever they feel like meeting, hooking up whenever they feel like hooking up, tapping in whenever they feel like tapping in. They want to give you whatever access they want to give you when they feel like giving it to you. And you're just going along with it. Meanwhile, you're pissed because you feel like you're not getting what you deserve. Well, you keep giving this person access to you, and they're not doing anything to be granted access. So what do you expect? You complaining because you're there for everybody and their mama, and then when you turn around and look for somebody to be there for you, it ain't nobody on your side. But yet and still, you keep giving these same people access to your energy. Stop doing that. And like, it's not the duty of the other person to break the cycle, because they not gonna do it. It's too much in it for them. So y'all gotta get out of that. I wanted to talk about the fact that parents are humans too. I feel like I've been talking to a lot of people that are going through things with their family, going through things with their parents, going through things with their children. And I don't have kids, so I cannot tell y'all how to mother or parent your kids. But for me, having a mother who I was able to communicate with, who sheltered me enough to protect me and not let anything happen to me, but at the same time tell me what's real and what's really going on, showed me the game. You know, I know that not every kid has that privilege, right? But I do feel like as adults, we all now look back on our childhood and there's something that we feel like our parents could have done differently that really fucked us up. Like, maybe they weren't there for us. Maybe their emotional baggage was constantly put on us, so we felt like our emotions couldn't be expressed. Maybe our dads weren't in the picture. You know, whatever the emotional pain is, I just want you to understand now as an adult that you can go back on your own and parent yourself through those moments. And then on top of that, your parents are human. You know, sometimes they go through things, sometimes they don't know what to do, sometimes they don't know what to say, and we can't always hold that against them when they actually are still trying to be our parents. Now, if your parents just ain't shit and they was never around, then I understand, okay, you don't feel like dealing with it, fine. You don't owe them anything. But if you have any sort of relationship with your parents, just try and have a conversation with them. Try to figure out where they may be coming from, where you're not seeing eye to eye. And give your parents some grace, okay? I also wanted to talk about angels and demons. I feel like everyone is always so damn focused on duality and this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. What y'all don't understand is all of this and that lives inside of us, okay? We all a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We all a little bit of angel, a little bit of demon, a little bit of heaven, a little bit of hell, a little bit of higher self, a little bit of lower self, a little bit of up, a little bit of down. Like, we all have it all mixed up inside of us. And the longer that we continue to try to play up one side or the other of all these things, we will continue to get in our own way. We'll continue to block our own progress. And we will continue to hinder ourselves, because the key to progression and evolution is integration. It's not, and I'm not talking about racial integration before somebody cut this video. I don't know why I feel the need to have to say that every time I say integration. Jesus, that don't make no damn sense. But integration in terms of merging the dualities that live within yourself, whether it be your divine feminine and masculine principles, whether it be your higher and lower self, whether it be the angels and demons that live within you, whatever it is, merge that shit together and make it work for your best interest, and stop trying to play down one side or the other. It's just not gonna work. You're gonna continue to keep spinning your wheels trying to figure out why you can't grow, why you can't get through the rebirth process, why you can't find the upside of the 8. And it's because you're not doing the work to integrate. You're not doing the work to merge. An example of how to merge them. Okay, for example, like me. I'm a person who I don't like I'm shy. I don't like being in front of the camera. I really don't like talking to that many people. I really I'm just closed off in that way. Like, I feel like it's very exposing for me to come on here and do this, and I have to exert a certain level of vulnerability, right? So me knowing that aspect about myself, for the longest time I just didn't do it. But then there's another part of me, because I am a Leo moon, which means my emotions are displayed. Like, I like for people to look at me when they're close to me. I like to be in front of people who I feel like I'm really connected with, right? So I have to figure out how to more play up that Leo moon aspect of myself, let the Capricorn hermit aspect of myself simmer down a little bit, and merge the two together, in that I have my people, I have my following. Sometimes new people join me, sometimes they don't, but at the end of the day, I've made it come together to a point where I don't feel like I have to hide and shelter away from you guys to keep myself safe. But at the same time, I don't have to come on here and do some crazy stuff and give y'all a gimmick and come and tell y'all some outlandish shit that I think is gonna go viral. I just come on here and be myself and talk to y'all as me. So that's an example of merging different qualities of myself. Also, I like to be alone, but at the same time, I'm a lover. So it's not like I don't want to get married. It's not like I don't want to have a partner. It's just that I like to have my alone time. So how do I merge those two things? Well, I get my alone time when my partner's away. When she's here, we're together. When I need more alone time, I go and do something by myself. And I allow myself to explore both of those sides of myself, instead of being like, oh, I need to be up under her because she's going to feel some type of way if I spend some time on my own. I mean, I'm a Capricorn sun and I'm a Leo moon. If you pull your natal chart, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's what I mean. Like, you got to merge the different parts of yourself and stop trying to, like, tap into one extreme or the other. Like, y'all will be like, okay, this week I'm going on a diet. I'm about to work out every single day. I'm about to read a book every day. I'm about to read 3 pages of my book. I'm a journal every morning. And then you put all these expectations on yourself to be this quote unquote higher self for the next week, and you wonder why you can't do it. And then you'll have a week where you're just like, I'm just gonna eat whatever I want, I'm just gonna be petty, I'm not gonna get anything done, I'm just be lazy. Like, and then you wonder why it's so hard for you to get back on the wagon, because you're going too deep into one side or the other. Get it together, merge it together. Have you a week with balance. All right, I'm gonna work out 3 days this week. I'm gonna make sure I journal 3 days this week after my workouts, and then the other days I'm gonna focus on my business. Okay, today I'm gonna be focused on this. Tomorrow I'm gonna focus on accomplishing this, and then the next day I'm gonna start doing that. Merge it together. Thank you, baby. I started researching my birth chart, and I'm a Virgo Aquarius, and you are reading me. Girl, you're gonna be feeling a lot of this with all this Virgo energy lingering around, but I hope that makes sense to y'all. Y'all need to merge the dualities that live within yourself. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on is just that y'all know that I am grieving. I did lose my grandfather last week, and His funeral is on Friday, and the last couple of days have been hard for me. Today has been one of those better days. I can't say that, and I am grateful for that. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I've said this to a lot of my clients, and I find myself saying this to myself quite often now that I'm going through this. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for joining me on your birthday and taking the time to spend with me. I really appreciate that. But I find myself saying, like, you need to hold sacred space for yourself to simply feel your emotions, to just be, to grieve, to cry, to breathe, to write it down, you know, to dunk yourself in some water, whatever you need to do to purge, to release, to feel even, and not even release, but just feel your feelings so that you can get through the mourning and the grief process. Just allow yourself to do it. And if you don't have anyone else to hold sacred space for you in that, hold sacred space for yourself. You owe yourself that at minimum. So I just wanted to tell y'all that, because grief doesn't just have to do with people actually dying and leaving this physical plane. Grief has to do with us letting go of relationships, letting go of jobs. Grief has to do with us dealing with the changes and growing pains that we're going through. Grief has to do with us going through growing pains in our relationships. Grief has to do with a lot of, like, us detaching from certain patterns, habits that we're so used to exhibiting. It has a lot of different elements to grief, and we're all going through some form of grief or another. So I just want to encourage you to hold space for yourself in your grief and just allow yourself to feel your feelings. Okay. That's it, y'all. That's all I wanted to say in terms of messages. I am going to give you guys a collective reading, but before I go on to the collective reading, do y'all have questions for me? Anybody have questions that y'all want me to draw on? No? Struggling with reconnecting with sister. What do you mean you're struggling with reconnecting with your sister? I love you too, precious. Should you reach out or wait? Let's see. Thank you. I think if you're ready to confront the situation and you can and you can understand that she may not fully admit her wrongs in the situation, she may not fully own up to her part of the situation, and you may feel invalidated in your emotions, kind of like you still have to just shift your perception and walk away. If you're okay with that, then reach out. If you're not okay with that, then don't reach out, because it is going to take some time before she's able to get to a place where she can respect the direction that you're moving in and respect the way that you feel about this, and actually validate and appreciate your emotions as it relates to whatever it is that she did. And you're going to kind of feel like your back is against the wall and that you have to kind of walk away and make movement on your own. So if you're okay with just finding the closure and giving her space, reach out. But if you're wanting to mend it right now, then no, you don't need to reach out. Thank you, boo. Sending you light and love. North Star 44 said, struggling with trust issues with my husband. Okay, so what's your question about that? What's your question? What do you want me to ask the cards? You're welcome. Did that make sense here? Hey, Jazz. me see. Hey, boo. All right, Nadia, I got you. Let me, Dana Raylan. I have a male friend and we're not speaking now, but I like him. I don't know if it's worth reaching out again or waiting for him to speak on the issue. Okay, so I think you should reach out to him, Dana. I don't think that there's anything that can go wrong with it. I do feel like the two of you just had a breakdown in communication, maybe weren't seeing eye to eye, had too many outside influences going on, or too much analyzation over the situation. But there's no reason why you guys can't get back to this Nine of Cups energy, which is a happy place of connectivity, of emotional fulfillment, of happiness. It's just a matter of having the conversation and choosing your cups wisely, choosing which emotions you want to magnify and which emotions you want to go ahead and let float away into the clouds, as the card depicts. So it's all about just kind of taking that assessment and choosing your battles wisely, making sure that you're clear in your communication and what you want out of the situation and how you feel about what happened. So yeah, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't reach out. You even have the apology oracle come out. It says, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. Not that you did anything wrong, but just, a sign that reaching out will be good. And then forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So I do think it's worth reaching out, yes. North Star said, how can we connect better with trust issues? Well, it's hard to connect with somebody when you don't trust them. You can't really love someone without trust. Really, if you don't trust the person, it's not love, it's possession. You just want to have them and possess being with them, but you can't. Love is about surrendering. Love is about submitting. Love is about being open and showing your heart. So if you don't feel comfortable or safe doing that, then the other person that you're with either doesn't love you enough to show you that comfort, or you don't love the other person as much as you thought you did to be able to exhibit those energies. So I will give you that, but let's just see what the cards are going to say. You're welcome, Dina. Hey, Vina. Thank you. So to be quite honest with you, North Star 44, it seems like you don't feel validated or appreciated by your husband. You don't feel like he's making you feel like he's putting you first. And that's part of the reason why you don't feel like you can trust him. You also feel overburdened and weighed down by the situation, and you don't feel like you can count on him. So Maybe that's another reason why you feel like you can't trust him and you have a little bit of a guard up. And on top of that, he's done some things. There's been some infidelity in the past. If there isn't any infidelity currently going on, to where it's always constantly three's company, three's company, three's company, and you're just like not trying to have that. So, how can you connect better with trust issues? You guys need to get honest about where you are and what's going on in the relationship, because somebody is lying and someone is deceiving themselves and the other person. So I'll leave you with that. Let me pull an oracle for you. Thank you for your condolences. So you guys can get through this with the love that you share between the two of you. It's just a matter of, like I said, stepping up, being honest, and being open and willing to do the work that it's gonna take to repair. Because, like I said, someone's lying, and someone's deceiving themselves. But for the oracles, you have the called card, which means that you're being called to step up and do something. Spirits is tapping on your shoulder, like, hey, let's get it together. And then we the Hathors, it says deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So it lets you know that a new beginning can be birthed between the two of you, but it's not going to happen if y'all aren't willing to do that 9 months of work. So that's that. My husband and I complement each other very well, but maybe sometimes I wonder if I would feel more fulfilled or excel more with a spiritual partner. Y'all, I don't know what kind of crack my girlfriend be putting in my tea, but it be so good. What'd you say? The good shit. So I think that your husband and you, the connection that you have is, I think she gave me some type of sleepy time tea and some dandelion tea, y'all. The Bigelow Sweet Dreams tea and Verena dandelion tea, and she put ginger, lemon, cinnamon, and honey in it. And peppermint CBD oil. Hey, Sunny. So Nadia, this is for you. So I feel like you do need to develop spiritual partnerships and spiritual connections, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your relationship with your husband is not needed. I feel like there is a deeper spiritual connection that you have with your husband. There is a certain level of karmic partnership that you all have where the two of you really balance each other out well, and you work together really well to manifest the things that you want, and you push each other in a way that is great for your own personal growth. And that in and of itself is spiritual, even if he isn't giving you the necessary spiritual depth that you may be looking for. So I would encourage you to seek out um, other people that kind of tickle that part of you and light that spark in you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it takes away from the connection that you have with your husband and the fact that you're right where you need to be in that partnership. You have the Lovers card come out first, which just lets you know to balance out the dualities between the masculine and feminine energies between you and your partner, to recognize how the passion and the love that you share transforms you, and that in and of itself is a spiritual process. And also to adapt to the newness of new partnerships and new connections, and indulge in what that brings to the heart. You have the World card come through, which lets you know that the possibilities are endless. The world is yours. There's a world of people out here that you could connect with and relate to in a spiritual manner, and you don't have to limit yourself in your ability to connect simply because you're married, and you don't have to feel guilty or shameful about it, because that's what the world is here to do. This card also represents that Saturn energy that I was talking about earlier, in taking a review and getting things in order, recognizing what your real priorities are and what your real world consists of, and what that looks like in terms of expansion. And then the Two of Cups, honoring your partnership, honoring your union, honoring the devotion, the marriage, the connection, the spirituality of it, of the union itself is there. It doesn't matter if you guys are on a different spiritual page than each other. The connection in and of itself is spiritual enough that it works. And if you're not fulfilled with that, then you need to connect with other people, but you don't have to romanticize it. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense, Nadia? I hope that made sense. Who else asked a question? Okay, I think I did all the questions. Okay, cool. Cosmic heart, devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. That's such a beautiful message, Nadia. You need to screenshot this. That's a beautiful message to end that out on. I can't say that any better if I wanted to. So I'm just not even going to say nothing else. All right, y'all. Does anyone else have any questions before I do the collective reading? Let me tell y'all what y'all questions are in the collective reading. So where are your seeds currently rooted? How can you best protect and promote the expansion of your intentions? What actions can you take to clarify your vision? What recognition and validation are you seeking? No, I changed that question. What did I change it to? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Hang on. I be writing this stuff down, and then I make the cosmic heart. No, let me move my finger out of the way. Did you get that, Nadia? Did you screenshot it? Hold on, y'all. Let me just look at the spread real quick. I just write these things down as they come to me, and then I redo it, like when I make the graphic to post for y'all, and I change this one. Okay, so where are your seeds currently rooted? How can you best protect and promote the expansion of your intentions? What actions can you take to clarify your vision? Where are you seeking light and glory? What reflection of yourself are you avoiding? What active steps can you take to confront your avoidance? And then additional guidance and considerations. This is your daughter. I want to know what do you want to know about your love life? Do you have a specific question? I only do one question readings in these lives. I don't know who's outside playing country music. They was jamming on it though. Do you have a question? Like a specific question that you want to ask me about your love life? No? Okay. If you do have a question, I'll come back to it at the end. I'm going to go ahead and pull for this collective reading because I'm running out of time. I'm probably going to have to do a part 2 to this anyways, y'all. But that's okay. Hopefully y'all will jump back in and rock with me. I have like 15 minutes left. I don't know who is outside being super ghetto right now. It normally doesn't happen. It's pretty quiet where I live, but somebody is banging their music loud in the car, and it sounds like an old slab. If you're not from the South, then you don't know what a slab is, but it's like a long, like slow, loud and banging, like a Cadillac with the bass in the trunk and all the bells and whistles. That was real country of me, y'all. But I'm from Houston, like, I'm just saying. Hey, Carvu. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. Let me close the door. This is bothering me. I don't know what. That was very ghetto. It was distracting me. I'm sorry. You was knocked out over there. I should have just showed everybody your sleepy face on live. You were not snoring. Slow, loud, and banging. That's a fact. Slap. Y'all, all day I've had the Addams Family theme song stuck in my head. And I have no idea why. I swear, like, since I woke up, it's just like da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Girlfriend, why are you fussing at them? I think I like these new oracles, y'all. I really like the messages on these cards. They're like hidden. First, I didn't know how I felt, but I think I kind of like it. All right, so where are your seeds currently rooted? For that, we have the 9 of Wands. That means our seeds are rooted in getting through the test, getting through the challenge, getting through the spiritual examination and assessment that we're being called to go through. Our seeds are rooted in growing from that place. Excuse me, I feel like that's true for me. I don't know if y'all feel like that's true for y'all. How can you best protect and promote the expansion of your intentions? For that, you have the High Priestess, which is going to represent following your intuition, trusting again Do y'all see the 2 on this card and the dualities that lie within yourself? Merging those things to work to your highest good. That is how you can protect and promote the expansion of your intentions. And I just said that. So funny of that to come out. What action can you take to clarify your vision? For that, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Understand that anything is possible, and just like the pendulum swings left, it swings right. So if things aren't working out for you right now, your time is coming, but you better do the work and get ready so that you can strike while the iron is hot. Where are you seeking light and glory? For that, you have the King of Cups. You're looking for your emotions to be in order, your emotions to be stable, your emotions to be validated. You're looking to be sensitive and comfortable in your sensitivity to a point where it doesn't leave you feeling vulnerable and weak, but you find strength in that part of yourself. So you're seeking glory and light in the transformation of your emotions and the stability and structure of your emotions with this card coming through. What reflection of yourself have you been avoiding? Did I not pull a card for that? Hold on, y'all. I didn't pull a card for that. Let me pull one out. That's so funny. Queen of Cups comes out next. So, again, what active steps? Wait. What did I leave off on, y'all? What part of yourself is seeking light and glory? That was 4. What reflection of yourself are you avoiding? The Queen of Cups. That means that you're avoiding the fact that your heart is what makes you you. So while you sitting up here thinking that you're doing someone a favor or doing yourself a favor by hiding your vulnerability, by hiding the fact that people can confide in you, people can come to you for emotional support, people can come to you for guidance, for advice, the fact that you are a strong heart and force for those around you, by suppressing that part of yourself and avoiding that reflection, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you feel like all people do is drain your energy when you stand on this. And you have to understand that you need to be this just as much as the other people that benefit from it. You benefit from it. It's therapeutic for you. What active steps can you take to confront your avoidance? For that, we have the 7-Star Sisters card, which represents birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. That basically means that we need to focus on manifesting our intentions. We need to focus on being creative, creating a new avenue for our visions to manifest through when this card comes up. Again, what active steps can you take to confront your avoidance? Focus on your creativity. Focus on your beauty. Focus on the fact that you are a creator and you can generate new life and breathe new life into situations, into objects, into things. So you'll want to tap into those energies and allow your expression to live through your creations. Does that make sense, you guys? Additional guidance and considerations. You have the Star Brothers card come through, which represents protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. This is a time where we're going through a deep spiritual warfare, and all of us want to be doing some sort of protection. If you're not a witch and you're not doing whole ass protection spells and all the things, then you need to get some protection oil. You need to go to church and let the pastor pray over you. You need to go get with your family and say a prayer of protection and peace. Whatever you need to do that resonates with you, you need to invoke and invite protection into your life, because we all need it at this time. Loyalty is rare, few, far, and in between. So when you have people that are loyal and by your side, willing to support you, you want to make sure that you're willing to receive that and not constantly lash out because people aren't necessarily doing things the way that you want them to do it. Safety and trust. I told y'all with Venus and Cancer, those are going to be our main priorities, safety and trust, especially as it relates to our homes. So we're going to be doing everything we can to promote the energy of safety and trust. And also, safety and trust is what's going to help us become more firm in our seeds. The new moon is where you plant the seeds. The first quarter moon is where the seeds expand and start to grow a little bit. You start to be faced with your obstacles, and then things go and go and go until the full moon, where you review what you've accomplished and release what you need to do. Release what you need to shed so that you can go on again to do it at the new moon. That's just how it goes. There's steps in between that, of course, but that's the basic of how to work with the moon cycle in terms of manifestation. So, and then lastly, we have Earth School, which represents life lessons, soul growth, studying, and higher learning. We all should be learning some type of new skill, new trade, new knowledge. We should all be studying. There's no reason why you shouldn't constantly be learning something new unless you are dead. There's constantly new experience for us to gain in this life. There's constantly new knowledge to absorb. It's just a matter of you being a willing student. So you can't say, I wish I knew how to do this. I wish I knew how to do that. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. There's too much knowledge at our fingertips. So just be an open student and let the knowledge find you. That about wraps it up, y'all. It's gonna kick me off at 10:08. Y'all can book me for first quarter moon readings or full moon readings for 11/11 on my website, 11moons11.com. That's the word 11 moons, the number 11.com. Those readings are going to be 11/11 probably through the end of next week. I am going to be unavailable Thursday and Friday, but I will be available again on Saturday after I get back from the services and all that. If you're local and you need to book me for a massage, you can definitely do so. And if y'all have any questions, y'all can always feel free to message me. Thank you all so much for your prayers, condolences, gifts, donations, all the things. I really so much appreciate it. And I have not experienced this much support in a long time. And I'm just very grateful to have so many people that actually are just pouring love out to me, because I do need it in this time. And I'm just more grateful than you all know. But again, thank y'all for joining me tonight. I hope this reading was helpful, and I hope y'all have a beautiful evening. Until next Wednesday.